Have you ever pondered why Constantinople, a city once so mighty and invincible, fell? A jewel in the crown of the Byzantine Empire, Constantinople was the envy of the medieval world, a fortress city teeming with wealth and culture. Yet its fall came swiftly and unexpectedly, shaking the foundations of the known world. What forces conspired to bring down this titan of history? What led to its sudden and dramatic end? In today's video, we will unravel the events that led to the fall of this great city. To understand the fall, we need to first understand the rise. Constantinople was the heart of the Byzantine Empire, a beacon of wealth and power. Perched strategically between Europe and Asia, Constantinople was a nexus of trade routes, a city where East met West. This unique position endowed it with immense economic strength. It bustled with merchants hailing from distant lands, their ships laden with spices, silk and other exotic wares. Constantinople was not just a city, it was a vibrant marketplace, a melting pot of cultures, a hub of knowledge and innovation. But it wasn't just the wealth that defined Constantinople. Its cultural significance was unparalleled. It was a city adorned with architectural marvels, a testament to Byzantine ingenuity. The Hagia Sophia, with its domed roof kissing the sky, was a symbol of the city's artistic grandeur. It was a city where scholars thrived, where art and literature flourished, a beacon of enlightenment in a world often shrouded in darkness. The city's defensive walls were legendary, a formidable barrier that seemed almost invincible. Constructed with meticulous precision, these walls stood tall and proud, a silent sentinel guarding the city against invaders. They were a testament to Constantinople's military might, a symbol of its indomitable spirit. But even the mightiest fortress can fall when the tides of history turn against it. If you are enjoying this video, then please take a moment to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It's free and only takes a mouse click to ensure you stay up to date on the latest videos posted on the channel. Now back to the video. Enter the Ottomans, a rising power with a keen eye on Constantinople. The Ottoman Empire, which had its humble beginnings in the early 14th century in the Anatolian region of modern-day Turkey, was steadily expanding its territories, garnering strength and influence. The Ottomans were not just a group of eager conquerors. They were strategic and astute. They knew that the key to their dominance lay in controlling the major trade routes between Europe and Asia, and Constantinople was the jewel that sat at the crossroads of these significant routes. The city was not just a symbol of wealth and power, it was a strategic necessity. The ambitions of the Ottomans were not unfounded. They had been steadily building their military prowess, and by the mid-15th century they had one of the most formidable armies in the world. Their strength was not just in their numbers, but also in their innovative military tactics and technology. They were among the first to effectively use gunpowder in warfare, which gave them a significant advantage on the battlefield. But the Ottomans were not just about military might. They were also known for their administrative efficiency and their ability to assimilate diverse cultures into their empire. This cultural assimilation not only added to the richness and diversity of their empire, but also helped them control their vast territories effectively. Their rise was not without obstacles. They had to contend with internal power struggles, religious differences, and external threats. But they managed to navigate these challenges with shrewd diplomacy and effective leadership. Constantinople, with its formidable walls and strategic location, was a tough nut to crack. But the Ottomans were relentless in their pursuit. They knew that capturing the city would not just give them control over the important trade routes, but also make them the successors of the Roman Empire, marking their place in history. And so, as the sun set on the 15th century, the Ottomans stood at the gates of Constantinople, their eyes fixed on the prize. They were ready to stake their claim, ready to write the next chapter in the annals of history. The stage was set for a clash of titans. If you are an educator, a parent with homeschooled children, or even just an avid history enthusiast who enjoys unlocking history's greatest secrets in a fun, engaging, hands-on approach, then History Unboxed may be just the subscription service for you. History Unboxed provides fun and engaging packaged history lessons for all ages and learning abilities. Simply click the link in the description below to browse the various plans and have these fun and stimulating lessons shipped right to your door. Now, back to our video. In the spring of 1453, the Ottoman Sultan Mehmed II laid siege to Constantinople. As the frost of winter melted away, a new kind of chill descended upon the city. The Ottoman forces, a formidable army, had encircled the city, effectively severing its lifelines to the outside world. This was not a mere show of power. It was a strategic move designed to starve the city into submission. As days turned into weeks, the blockade took its toll. Food and other essentials became scarce. Morale was at an all-time low, and the once vibrant city began to resemble a ghost town. But the Byzantines, renowned for their resilience, refused to capitulate. Instead, they prepared for a grueling fight, one they knew could be their last. The Ottomans, however, had a secret weapon-heavy artillery. This was a game-changer in the siege. The introduction of these monstrous cannons, capable of hurling massive stone balls, marked a turning point in warfare. As the cannons roared, the city walls, once considered impregnable, shook with the impact. Each cannonball that struck the walls was like a death knell, a somber reminder of the city's impending doom. The Byzantines could repair the damage, but the relentless bombardment was wearing them down. They were running out of both materials and manpower. The Ottomans, on the other hand, seemed inexhaustible. Their numbers far surpassed the city's defenders, and their resolve was unshakable. Mehmed II, known as the Conqueror, was determined to take Constantinople, and he was prepared to level the city to achieve his goal. The Byzantines fought back with bravery and tenacity, but they were like a candle flickering in the wind, struggling to hold back the darkness. With each passing day, the situation grew more dire. Despite valiant efforts, the city's defences were slowly crumbling under the relentless Ottoman assault. On May 29, 1453, after a siege of 53 days, the unthinkable happened. The walls of Constantinople, once thought impregnable, crumbled under the relentless assault of the Ottoman forces. The day dawned with an ominous silence, the calm before the storm, as the Ottomans prepared for their final push. The great city, the last bastion of the Byzantine Empire, which had stood as a beacon of Christian civilization against the encroaching Ottoman tide, was on the brink of collapse. The Byzantine defenders, led by the last Emperor Constantine XI, fought valiantly against the overwhelming odds. The final assault began with a deafening roar of cannons, shaking the ancient walls to their very foundations. Wave after wave of Ottoman soldiers stormed the breaches, clashing with the beleaguered defenders in a desperate struggle for survival. Yet the Byzantines, though outnumbered and outgunned, held their ground, refusing to yield. In the heart of the chaos, Emperor Constantine fought alongside his men, his royal purple robes stained with the blood of friend and foe alike. His courage and determination were a beacon of hope for his people, but even the bravest of hearts could not turn the tide. As the day wore on, the Byzantine resistance crumbled. The Ottomans, relentless and unyielding, pressed on, their numbers overwhelming the city's defences. The last Emperor Constantine was said to have fallen in battle, his body never found. His death marked the end of an era, the final chapter of the Byzantine Empire. With the fall of the city, the bells of Hagia Sophia tolled one last time, their mournful peal echoing across the city, a dirge for a fallen empire. The city, once a shining beacon of civilization, now lay in ruins, its streets silent and empty. With the fall of Constantinople, the Middle Ages could be said to have ended and the modern era begun. The city's fall marked a profound shift in the balance of power, heralding a new era in history. The Byzantine Empire, which had stood for over 1,000 years, was no more. The fall of Constantinople had far-reaching consequences. The once mighty Byzantine Empire, an emblem of the ancient world, was no more. The city, which had stood as a beacon of Christianity and a bulwark against the advance of Islam for over 1,000 years, now lay in Ottoman hands. The end of the Byzantine Empire marked a seismic shift in the balance of power. The Ottomans, under the leadership of Sultan Mehmed the Conqueror, began their ascent to becoming a world superpower. Their dominion stretched across 3 continents, Europe, Asia and Africa, marking the dawn of a new era, the era of the Ottoman Empire. The fall of Constantinople was not just a significant military victory, but also a cultural and intellectual turning point. The city, now renamed Istanbul, became a vital hub of the Islamic world. The Ottomans embraced the city's rich heritage, preserving and enhancing its Byzantine architecture and transforming it into a flourishing capital of art, culture and education. But the repercussions of the fall reached far beyond the city's walls. It sent shockwaves throughout Europe. The eastern gateway to the west was now under Ottoman control, disrupting trade routes and forcing Europeans to seek new paths to the east. This quest for new routes, driven by an insatiable thirst for spices and silk, would eventually lead to the discovery of the New World. The fall of Constantinople changed the course of history. It marked the end of the Middle Ages and the beginning of the Renaissance. It altered the geopolitical landscape, shifting the center of power from Rome to Istanbul. It reshaped culture, religion and commerce, setting the stage for the modern world as we know it today. And that, dear viewers, is the story of how Constantinople, a city once so mighty, fell to the rising power of the Ottomans. Despite the passage of time, the echo of its fall still resonates, reminding us of the ever-changing tides of history and the impermanence of empires. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. That way you never miss an episode. It also helps the channel as it continues to grow. We are the Minutemen of History.